Ignited. The book so hard to find I had to order it online. So for those who recently subscribed, thank you for subscribing. Allow me to explain Ignited. This is a comic created by a man named Kwanzaa. Yes, like the fake holiday. And it's about a bunch of high school superpowered terrorists. It's co-written by King Baby himself, Mark Waid, but that's really only to add credibility to the project. It didn't work. Now, Waid and Kwanzaa will claim that these characters are activists, but that's what we call in the real world a lie. They're terrorists. Straight up, hands down terrorists. Little Antifa wannabes, and oh my god do Waid and Kwanzaa go out of their way to prove it. Let's just walk through these last two issues, 6 and 7. Each issue opens up with this page of lies. It used to include a comment from a mass shooting survivor, but either Waid and Kwanzaa finally realized how scummy it makes them look to do that, or those people stopped returning their emails. Either way, it now opens up with this page where neither writer accurately describes what happened in the previous issues. Issue 6 opens up with this claim that the Antifa wannabes were, quote, inspired to change the world around them. If by inspired you mean recruited by the Gimp to join his purse puppy gang, that would be more accurate. Then they say, "At Viral and At Wave took to the internet to make their voice heard." First of all, that should be voices, not voice. It's a plural. Second of all, you gotta understand that one or both of these fools are using the ad symbols for no fucking reason. No teenager talks like that, and it doesn't link to any fake accounts. It's just something one or both of them thinks is cool and hip. Third, that's also not what happened. These Antifa wannabes threatened and attacked their own teachers and staff because some of them might have supported teachers carrying guns. That's actually what happened in the book. They told the teachers to confirm that they would oppose having teachers carry guns, and when that didn't happen, the Gimp used his power to poison the faculty and staff. It goes on, and you really need to understand that everything in this sentence is what was printed in this book. Quote, "At Mashup, at Paper Doll, and the Nuclear joined their cause, and they recruited at Terror to aid them." Because when you're inspired to save the world, you name yourself Terror. Terror. Yes, this girl's superhero code name is Terror. And it just continues with more lies. Waid and Kwanzaa claim that the Antifa wannabes kept things from getting out of hand at the pro-gun rally, when they in fact started attacking the pro-gun demonstrators for no reason. Then in the last issue, some biker dude shows up at one of their homes and texts them saying that he knows who they are. They fight amongst themselves, and then the kid who got turned into radio waves says he's dying. 2 months later, he's still dying. What? Did you just do a time jump in the fucking intro text? For real. Kwanzaa. For real. You just sucked all the drama out of him dying. You're dying like, right now? No, I'll be around for a while. Genius writing, Kwanzaa. So we see Radio trying to, quote, hack the dark web, as you do. Hey, listen up. Shut up. Stop laughing. Stop laughing. I know you can't hack the dark web. That's not how it works. They probably just both watched Johnny Mnemonic. Stop laughing. Just focus. Meanwhile, the Gimp gets detention for being a proper asshole, which leads into this scrumdiddlyumptious scene written by Kwanzaa because Mark Waid has too much self-respect to write anything like this. White bitch, Discount Lestat, and Pinche Puta are sitting at a table talking about how the Gimp got detention again. And Pinche Puta says, and this is the real text, "Ha, he stay up in detention. You think he trying to cross the border?" And White bitch is like, "That's messed up. Find the lado." Oh, Kwanzaa. Mexicans don't talk like that. That's that fake black accent you use on Twitter when your actual speaking voice sounds like you grew up next to Ben Shapiro. It makes no sense for her to talk like a stereotypical Negro. I'm black, I can say it. But that's not what makes this scene special. What makes it special is this. The other two kids are worried about the other kids with powers, and they bring up Shay, the radio wave boy who's been dying for 2 months. The girl, Anouk, talks about how he's literally breaking up, and the guy, Luther, just sort of casually realizes that Shay's not really human anymore. And then it dawns on him that the rest of them might not be human anymore either. He worries about what his mom, who's the town sheriff, would think about him, and he's worried about continuing to lie to her, all of which is perfectly normal for a teenager to worry about. To which a little Miss Terror says, "You too done with the white privilege yet? Or can we get back to Shay?" Kwanzaa, check your ego. It's not white privilege to worry about what your parents would think if they found out you had superpowers. This is so natural for teens to worry about that it's even in movies like Scream, where one of the killers cries about how his mom's going to be so mad when she finds out what he did. How are you framing this as white privilege? Where is the privilege? And what does it have to do with being white? Oh, well, Pinche Punta explains. See, they're thinking about themselves and still having it good, which has fuck all to do with getting superpowers and being worried about how your family will react. There's nothing that's happened before to justify this girl's reaction. She's just bitchy with them at random and then starts accusing Discount Lestat of bringing a bunch of, quote, armed rednecks to the school. This was his mother, the sheriff, hiring armed guards to protect the students from her own son because she didn't know he was one of the superpowered Antifa wannabes threatening the school. He says they want to protect the kids. Pinche Puta says, from who? Shooters or cops? White dudes with guns are white dudes with guns, okay? That's racist. This girl is flipping out because she's an illegal alien, and she knows her ass will be deported if they get caught. That's not a joke. That's true. The character is actually an illegal alien. So this is why she's pitching the sissy fit, which doesn't make anyone like this character. So then the mysterious biker dude sends him a text message demanding that they unanimously agree to go public or refuse. There can be no division. And they're all hesitating because they're afraid for their families, but the Gimp don't hesitate and checks no. Now, they've got a choice. They all check no, which will result in this guy revealing their identities, or the rest of them check yes, which will result in this guy revealing their identities. So the Gimp screwed them, as you do, and these geniuses decide to find him and try to convince him to change his vote, which he can't, which should have been obvious, and so one of them gets doxxed. Now, it's not really Little Miss Terror. Instead, the biker dude swaps the profiles and names Pinche Puta's cousin as Little Miss Terror. So she's in class when this happens and she gets confronted and then gets called to the dean's office and the kids surround her and won't let her leave. And suddenly Pinche Puta is there, looking like a discount member of Striper. And by the way, you weren't wearing that costume before, and it's leather, and you're a big girl, so it ain't easy to put on, but you apparently took the time to get dressed as if it matters now. But she shows up and then the kids all have red eyes and they try to attack her. So she blows a hole in the wall. You know, cause the door you're in front of just doesn't work. No, blow out the wall, potentially killing other kids. Better yet, do this in the school that was shut up the previous year. I'm sure loud noises won't trigger any of the survivors. Oh, and for extra credit, destroy the floor, because I'm sure this isn't a multi-story building. So the other Antifa wannabes show up but get mobbed by the other kids, and we find out who's controlling them. Guess. Go on, guess. You'll never guess who it is. It's a straight conservative white man with a Macklemore haircut. Oh, you didn't see that coming, stop lying. And we know what he is because he's calling them leftist pricks and SJWs. He's one of those alt-right Nazis. And of course, he's not making the mass of kids angry. No. The rage was already there. He's just giving them a little kick. Subtle, like Mark Wade's bald spot. So White Bitch reflects all of the anger back at him, apparently knocking him out, along with all the other students. So, to recap, you've attacked teachers, nonviolent protesters, and now your own classmates, potentially killing all of these people, and now you're playing with their minds, possibly wiping them. Total heroes. Total heroes. Like the X-Men. No. This would be the point where the X-Men would show up and whoop their asses. Go read an old X-Men comic. A bunch of mutant kids start a gang in school and start attacking other students, and the X-Men have to show up and stop them so everyone won't hate mutants. But that doesn't happen here. There are no heroes in the humanoids' humanity first line. So the cops show up and the kids surrender because they're worried about their names getting out there and trying to get leverage over the doxer. Not about the gratuitous amount of violence and destruction they've caused. Then issue 7 opens up with lies. Again, we've just been through this. These kids attacked the nonviolent pro-gun rally because they supported arming teachers. Or as Wade and Kwanzaa put it, quote, at first, they fought to keep guns out of the school, but someone has been threatening to out their identities to the public. But my favorite part, the thing that makes me just enjoy Kwanzaa's writing so much, is this. Quote, as the students received the info dump, they became unnaturally angry rage zombies. They spirited Maritza to safety, but learned that Ed Riot, the mysterious biker who's been stalking them, was responsible for the attack. That's my Kwanzaa. Why drop the name of the villain in the actual story when you can just put it in the intro to the next book? Nowhere in the previous 6 issues is this dude named, but now he's got a name, and it's Riot. And you're gonna tell us this shit in the intro, not the story proper. Why the fuck are you paying Wade if he's not there to clean this shit up? What happened here? Why did you let this go to print like this? Wade, you have one job. One job. Make Kwanzaa look competent. Do your job. So the Antifa wannabes end up in jail, where they belong, and their parents come along and bitch about them being locked up. One dude's like, "What the hell do you think you're doing? Keeping the streets safe?" These little terrorists have attacked dozens of innocent people, including law enforcement. They've racked up thousands of dollars in property damage, threatening several people publicly, and tried to evade the law. They've committed multiple felonies on a local, state, and federal level. They're exactly where they should be. Jail. But this dude is pissy about it until Discount Lestat's mom mentions that her son is locked up too. To which this lady says, "Like that makes this alright?" Yes. Yes it does. It shows that she's not giving her son a pass. He's a criminal too. The kids chit-chat about their situation. Peachy Punta gets thrown in with them and then mentions that she might be deported because she's an illegal alien, and White Bitch is like, "Oh, I didn't know." This is the same person who insulted you 3 hours ago for just being white. I guess your white privilege turned off. Now your white guilt's kicking in. Shay pops up, realizes his parents are there, and goes to speak to them. A cop, quite understandably, freaks out and shoots him, and this little moment is apparently enough for Discount Lestat's sheriff mom to say, "Fuck the law, we're protecting the kids." Then of course she realizes the rest of law enforcement ain't gonna go along with this, so she just settles in like it's fucking Ruby Ridge. Seriously, when I said this book was the SJW Turner Diaries, that was a joke, not a challenge. But you straight up have these folks acting like a white supremacist militia. They're literally arming themselves to fight off the federal government. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. The Antifa wannabes get outed by knockoff Alex Jones, so they decide to break out of jail to protect their families from danger. Danger their families wouldn't be in had these Antifa wannabes not become violent terrorists. Then Little Miss Terror blows a hole in the jail wall. This is the second time now. Do you know if anyone's on the other side of the wall? Were there people walking by? Anyone in the squad cars? Do you even care? Half of them want to stay and the others want to go and get knockoff Alex Jones. This leads to the scene from the first issue where they destroy his house with potentially any untold number of people still inside it. So heroic. We also find out that it was him who switched the profiles for Little Miss Terror and her cousin. The real mastermind warns him about that, and of course, we find out that he's also a pedophile. He's an evil, straight, white, male, conservative pedophile. Or as Kwanzaa would say, crack ass cracker. Does he kill puppies and eat babies too? I just want to know where it, and possibly your subconscious projection, ends. The parents hear this explosion and go and see half the kids are gone, and decide to fight the government. One cop has the common sense to say they should turn the kids in, but the rest of them turn him down. The kids who blew up the house get found by the feds, and the feds also show up at the police station, where these people promptly arm themselves to fight off the federal government because, quote, "America likes its weapons, and nobody's turning my boy into one." Except for him. He's already turned himself into a weapon and attacked hundreds of people. But now you're going to defend your terrorist son to protect him and his other thug friends from the evil government who, with no evidence, you think will turn them into weapons. I love the irony of Mark Waid calling me a borderline white supremacist, yet here he is writing a white supremacist wet dream. This book is just ridiculous. Even the artist kinda noped out. He was bringing his A game at first, but these last few issues aren't nearly as good. I don't know whether he's just tuckered out, lost interest, or hasn't been paid, but the quality has dropped. The writing is still as bad as it always was. Waid is keeping it technically competent, but structurally, this is a mess. A Kwanzaa mess. No one's motivations make any sense, the would-be heroes are straight up villains, and now you've got one kid's cop mother turning on the law to protect her terrorist son, and this is presented as a heroic act. The fortunate part is no one is reading this book. Literally more people will watch this video in an hour than have read 2 issues of this series. I don't understand the purpose of this book. I don't get the message. I don't get why anyone would like these characters. Obviously, it's not for me, but I should at least be able to understand what you're doing. But nope, it's a mess. A propagandist mess. Humanoids ignited. Humanity first! Quiver as they push back against an upright moral society. But what do I know? I'm just some guy.